And we are back. And we are back. Before I get to the next callers, you know, Reverend Hunter, I love him. Reverend Gary Hunter, he summed it up. If you do not have a moral compass and you are not equally yoked on that, you are in for some pain and some hurt. Finer, having, traveling and having, finer diamonds, rings, and nice fancy cars. That's wonderful, but you got to have a moral compass. And so many of us, we are more concerned about our come up. You know what I'm saying? How people perceive us. Having our BBL and having our teeth done and how we look. Hoping that we're going to get this elusive unicorn. Black man, sexually endowed with a lot of money. And that we're going to go at, we're going to be his bait, and we are setting ourselves up, many women, to be hurt all over again. He put that together so eloquently. Daryl Lovell, my wife, for 28 years, was 14 years my senior. Wow. Is this live? Yes, it is. That's amazing. And what you have to get away from, how she got a big booty, she got big breasts. What is your value system? What is important to you? Okay? Where do you see yourself 5 years from now? What is it you want? The type of man to say, listen, how many women you need to make me happy? One. Because I'm already a happy man. It's men who are insecure or women that are insecure that need all these 10, 15 women on rotation because it makes society believe, oh, this man got it going on. Didn't I see you with a blonde last week, a brunette, short hair, long hair, young, old? He that guy. It's very silly. It's immature. You understand what I'm saying? And you really are throwing your pearls after swine. We got Redbone on the line. Redbone?
Hey, Vonda, I tried to call her last week. I was the last one.
I know, but you good now, girl. Go ahead.
Now I'm throw all the morality stuff out the door. It is 4 things. One thing you should always do from every relationship that you have that doesn't work, you should always learn from it. And 4 things that you never do. You never put all your eggs in one basket. Never wear your heart on your sleeve. Never date beneath you. That is very, very important. Never date beneath you.
And no, wait a minute. Learn how to and break that down because no. Break that down for the listeners what you mean, but when you say equally yoked, because we ain't talking about gotta have things. Tell us what you're talking about.
Okay, when I say that, also I gotta say you have to love yourself too. But dating beneath you basically is when the same, and this is gonna sound kind of cool, but I don't care. I'm speaking for myself. But I'm not dating anybody that has less than me. I'm not doing it. Because that's like raising a child, a man child. And at this point in my life, I'm not in for potential. Okay? And you have to look at dating over 50. It's a little different because a lot of, well, I don't know about men, but, some women, they don't know no better. But dating over 50, things that you have to look at is like, do they have the same grind as you? Financially, are you matched? Then also, you got to worry about too, Vonda. This is gonna sound funny, but it's not funny. But like a lot of guys be having issues like high blood pressure, erectile dysfunction, diabetes, and all of that. So that's something you got to look at too. Is he healthy? You know what I mean? So it's a lot of things. You really got to look at. Also too, what you got to learn is when they decide that they want to do them, and you can't give a man a whole bunch of chances because all he's going to do is know that every time he's going to respect you, little by little by little, every time you give him a chance. No, you have to tell him, look, this is what this is, you do this, I'm gone. You want to do you, I'm going to do me. So what's good for them is good for me too. But having like 3 and 4 men and stuff like that, well, I just like having 3 and 4 jobs. Ain't nobody got time for that. You know? Plus, I have to, one thing I do find out in my life is my exes always come slithering around. At least every like maybe 6 to 12 months after I just told them to lose my number, don't call me no more. They call, how you doing? What you been up to? And you know, I ain't got no time for you. What you want? And then I ask them for some money, and they usually go away. You know, they usually go away. You ask them for some money, I ask them for some stuff, they usually go away. But that's basically all I had to say.
But wait a minute, Redbone. But when you were saying this, you were saying that, so if the man, you know, he not in place and he done spent the night out and do different things, and then he said, I'm sorry, I mean it. So what you saying, like, you know, do you give him a chance? And I mean, how many chances do you give him?
Okay, let me tell you something, Vonda. When I got married, it's certain things that you can do. Okay, it's certain things that you can do, but it's 2 things you're not gonna do. Cheat on me or call me a hoe. Them trigger words, and that's triggered. Okay. With my husband, I told him before we got married, before we walked down the aisle, don't ever cheat on me because you're gonna get left. So he did it. He tried it, and what happened? He came home one day, he was gone. I had one in a car seat. I had one on the other hip and one by the hand. I knew how to go sign the lease. I knew how to go sign it. It was over. Done.
So just after one time,
y'all can have each other, but I'm done.
Wait a minute.
I made a divorce attorney and kept on with my life.
Wait a minute. So after one time, you left?
One time, Vonda, because see, if I can't trust you, okay, with me, I cannot, how can I put it, be intimate with that person and think about it, or, you know, every time I go around thinking, when he's not with me, is he with her? You know what I mean? I can't live like that. It was hard. Yeah, I had babies, kids, but I knew mentally what was good for me. And that's what I did, because if not, it wouldn't have worked anyway. He would have been trying to step out anyway, because I wasn't going to have sex with him no more. I just looked at him and like, I mean, it just changed I told him. Vonda, before we got married, I told him. So that was just something that, and it hurt. It hurt. But I knew what I had to do. And still to this day, you know what I mean? I listen, if I tell you some of the stuff that I've been through within the last 5 years, you wouldn't believe it. I could probably have my own reality show from all the foolishness and mess that, you know, these guys do. I mean, seriously. But
one of the things about it is this. Right, but one of the things is this, and I'm going to keep it 100. When a man, respect is like virginity. Once a man loses respect for you, it's gone. And once you lose respect for a man, it's gone. You're not going to look at them the same. And they can do everything in their power, but it's going to disgust you because you don't respect them. And respect is the greatest gift that we can give. And the thing that I love about you, about your testimony, most women would say, well, I had minor children. I couldn't do that. Financially, I couldn't leave. You know what? I had 3 kids. I'm just going to wait till they grown. Why? You got to live for you. And I bet you to this day, he respects you. Am I right about that?
And Vonda, that's a whole other show for another day.
But what I'm saying to you, let me say this to you.
That's a whole other show for another year.
But let me say this to you.
Vonda, like 30-something years, my kids are grown now.
But he know you don't play no games, and what you say is what you mean.
Yeah, I mean, he's remarried and everything, and we done had our ups and downs and stuff like that. But I mean, we have our issues still to this day. But I mean, it is what it is. I did what I felt was best for me. My children, they still have their dad. And one thing I can say though, Vonda, which a lot of people might not have, I had a village. I had my
Okay.
mom, I had my dad, I had my family. I had a village. So it wasn't just me raising the kids. It wasn't. I had a village. I was very fortunate. They're very successful to this day. And I had a village, and a lot of people don't have that. But I'm telling you, Robin, I knew how to get one on the hip, one in the car seat, and one by the hand.
Wow. Do you regret leaving him?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
I regret the day. Well, I can't say that anymore, but you know how it is when you meet somebody and you wish that you had kept walking.
Well, we know that you're glad that you have those three beautiful, wonderful children, and that's a blessing. And thank you so
Yep.
much for sharing, for holding on and sharing your story to be an example that no matter what, she said she had one in the car seat, one on the hip, and one on the hand, and she took it, kept it moving, and she's successful and here to tell about it today. Thank you so much, Rehoboam. I just want to say
All right.
thank you, my love. And I just want to say this to you all too, that many times in her situation, she was young. In some situations, women are older. And I can't get out here and be competing. We know you ain't out here trying to be competing. But why live like that? Let me share something with you. The other day I had to go to the dentist. And when the dentist took the tooth out, he said, I'm going to take this tooth out. I said, no, he didn't take the tooth out. He says, no, he did take the tooth. He said, I'm going to take this tooth out. I said, huh? He says, your mouth hurt? I said, no. He said, well, there's decay that's right on your nerve. I said, you know what? I got used to the pain. I noticed that sometimes I would eat something, I say, ooh, but I just got used to the pain. And that's what happens in many relationships. But what he said, if I take it out, it's going to be so painful. And it was. But I feel better today. And I was going through months and months of like a tingling sensation when I would eat certain things or whatever. And I eat on this side just to not deal with that problem. I didn't want to deal with it. But when he took that tooth out, oh my God, my mouth feels so much better. But I had gotten used to the pain. And that's what happens in relationships. We get used to the pain. We get used to the insults. We get used to being betrayed, cheated on, talked about. We get used to it. Because every time it happens, we lose a little bit more of us, of our individual self. But ladies, I'm here to tell you, being alone is challenging, but finding who you are, not having to worry every time that he closed that door. Is he going to be with a woman or is he going to be with a man? Every time somebody call on the phone, is that a woman or a man calling? Every time you go to the bank, you afraid to look at the credit cards because you afraid, are they out there in the streets cheating on you? That ain't no way to live either. Because, and the one thing that many people say to me and that I challenged myself was, well, I'm a Christian. But God don't want nobody to be miserable. Nobody. Just like he loved me, he loved my ex. He loved Rehoboam, he loved her ex. God don't want you to be miserable. You got to learn to love you. And when you do, you're going to find the greatest love of all. We'll be back. We got a couple more callers. Stay tuned. This is getting hot in here.